attention. I won't get into foreign currencies, but 7 countries have double-digit down. Relative to the US dollar, and 4 countries have up in that time relative to the US dollar. Canada, of course, just the same, no change. And then there's Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and that is the headline of the financial press the last 5 days, because last week the prices of their 2 stocks went down 45% in 1 week. In the last 12 months, they're down 84%. And these 2 entities guarantee half of the mortgages in the United States, the residential mortgages. Their combined debt is $7 trillion. The U.S. national debt is only 4.6 trillion. One of the test questions on the final for this evening seminar is, how much is a trillion? Hands up, who's ready to answer that? There's somebody.
1,000 billion.
You're okay so far, but how would I visualize that?
12 zeros.
No, that's not my, that's not how I do that. Here's how I do that. I take a $100 bill. Now first, you're going to have to learn that finance is exponential. That means 10 times. Like you talk about a dollar, you're really going from $1 to $10, from 10 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and then a million. So when I helped write some books a long time ago, it was called Start with $1,000. And I rewrote the book, but it never got published. That was 20 years later. And it said start with $10,000. And on page 6, it told you where to find the $10,000. So we're talking $100 then, and we're going to lay this on the floor. And if, how many people are there here? Enough people here, each add $100 to that? When are we going to get to $1 million?
Thursday.
No? Well, the answer is 4.5 inches. That's how much $1 million of $100 bills. I have a very honest friend that calculated that. And that's only $1 million. How much is the billion then? Let's go, remember we're only talking 10 and 10 and 10 times, so we're talking 1,000 million, which you're absolutely right about. See, this is 4.5 inches, so that's $1 million of $100 bills. Now, if you went to the bottom of this chart, I mean way down there, and you came up to here, get that? It's like 41.5 inches. That's my belly button from the floor. Now that's $1 billion. So what's $1 trillion? How high do we have to keep piling these $100 bills till we get to $1 trillion?
Until you blow the roof off. Until you blow the roof off.
A lot more than that.
10 stories.
1 kilometer. 1 kilometer.
Oh my God.
Almost 2/3 of a mile into the sky of $100 bills. That's incredible, isn't it? But I thought at least I would make one point tonight. There it is. Why is that an important measure, is the point. Why should we be thinking in terms of not millions, and not even billions, but in terms of trillions. Well, let's start with Joseph Stiglitz, who has a book out that measures the cost of the present war the U.S. has on the world. He figures $3 trillion. The U.S. has already spent in cash $500 billion. And the European Central Bank in January of this very year, they dumped $500 billion into the money system. And the North American, what do I call them? I'm thinking of a nice term, banksters, let's just say. We're talking about the Fed, and we're talking about the Bank of Canada, we're talking about the Wall Street wonderkin. They dumped $500 billion in too. So you got $1 trillion dumped into the global financial system. Now, what do you get back? Anybody know?
Poisoned dog food from China.
You get prices going through the roof, period. There isn't any exceptions to that. You don't have to be, a trader to the Howe Institute or the Fraser Institute or the hireling economists at the banks to understand that. This is how you inflate the society immensely. And you didn't know inflation was serious, did you? Because you weren't told that, right? It's 2%, right? Or maybe a little higher in the U.S. Isn't that what you've been told? Well, this is the latest issue of The Economist. It says, what a way to run the world. Well, good question. In the back are some hard numbers. And commodity price indexes. This is for 12 months, and it's all items. And in the sterling area, it's 36%. In the euro area, it's only 16%. This is how much all commodity prices went up in that time. And in the dollar, it's 34% in the dollar index. Down at the bottom is another little interesting thing, West Texas Intermediate. What in the world could that be? Anybody know what West Texas Intermediate is? You put some in your car today. This is the global index of oil prices. What's the number? Ian's going to guess.
300?
No. In 1 year. How far is it up? 1 year.
300%.
98. Yeah, it's 98. So, if someone tells you that inflation is just a figment of your imagination, they haven't filled up their tank lately and they haven't bought any groceries. So that's what's happening. And that's why it's happening. You've always done that. What do you think will happen? I told you what I think will happen. You don't have to agree with me, you know. If you agree with me, as a friend says, maybe one of us isn't necessary. I like that concept. What are we going to do?
Clear out Parliament.
Alf, what did you say? Oh.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
Clear out Parliament. Clear out Parliament.
Yes?
He said clear out Parliament.
How do you do that?
Well, we vote for somebody who can